Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Chat About Death. Oh, spooky music just to get into the mood. Yeah, pretty scary. Oh, there was even a witch there. I'm joined today. Yeah, I'm joined on the panel today by three of my daughters, Alicia, Tash, and Claire. Or as we know them here is Skins, Cooties, and Chicken Nuggosaurus Longhair. Yep. And I thought we might as well come on here and and just talk about, and see, even getting an applause, girls. If I turn your microphones up, that would make sense, wouldn't it? So you can say something now.
Hey guys.
Hello. Hey. And just for the occasion, I just thought, being that you're my children, we might bring a little bit of bananas and pajamas into it. Yep, there we go. That's a bit creepy, isn't it, really? I reckon that's probably worse than actually listening to like one of the zombies we've got here, I reckon that's yep, we'll just cut that off. How are we?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, not too bad. So they wanted to actually talk or ask me questions today, and it might actually be even a good thing that I can answer back, and then they can give me their reflections of what they believe and whatever. And they've got a list of questions up here. I feel as though I'm only on one side of the table, and there's three of them. It's like they're interviewing me.
Yeah,
And yeah. So just remember, girls, that microphones are there, and when you want to speak, you need to get up close to it. Is that
like
all right?
This?
Yeah, that is it. Yeah. Well done, Tash. You've done a good job. Yeah. A good job. Loser.
That just hurt my feelings.
Oh, that's okay. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, no one's talking now. All right. So, who wants to start with the questions?
Miss Kleber.
All right. All right. So, ask whatever questions that you have.
Okay. One of my questions are, what happens after death?
What happens after death? Well, it really does depend on, like, what do you mean by that? Are you meaning by once someone dies, that then where do they go? Or,
Yeah, where do they go?
well, they travel to, as a parent, like, you're probably listening, and when kids say, is Santa there? Is, and Easter Bunny, and, it's like, where did our fish go? It's like, it's gone to the farm. So is this a loaded question? Like, I feel, no, it's not a loaded question. So once someone passes away, so you're not meaning what I do with them. It's what happens after that. Like, where do they go in the sky? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I believe, and there's probably others out there that might be listening thinking, they've got other beliefs, and that's fine too. But I believe there's a universal space. I believe that everyone comes together and we all have a big party and enjoy, and there's no pain and there's no suffering, and everything's all beautiful, right? That's my belief. Obviously, on the religious side, some believe that there is a god or multiple gods. There might be a set energy, and it really does. I just think all of that put together is in this one space. So I don't believe that there's anything abnormal. But then we've also had, I think Simon's brother was, so Simon you would have heard through our other podcasts, but his brother believes that when you go, it's just dark. It's just black. I'm thinking, well, why are we in colour here? Why should we be punished for once we pass away? Like, what does it exist? So that's where I believe. And on the side of where do we go after, like, obviously once we get someone into my care, it's a transitional point from when they died to when they leave. Does that make sense? Yeah, you can speak. Yeah, like, no one's going to see you nod. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. And don't forget there's the microphone. That means you've got to use your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yep,
Yeah.
great. Yep, that's great. Nice talk. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. All right, who's next?
Oh, another one of mine.
Mm. Oh, hang on. Do you want me to do it as like a... hang on. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome
Hey.
to Claire's Story Time.
Claire's story time.
Yeah, go.
What is a funeral, and do you have to have one?
What is a funeral? A funeral is a celebration of life for someone that has passed away. Because if you had a funeral when you're alive, it would be not so fun, would it?
Yeah,
Because
wouldn't be.
no. So you don't have to have a funeral. You can have. What are you doing?
She can't hear.
You can't hear. What do you mean you can't hear?
I can't hear you guys talk.
Really? Ah.
Just heard that.
All right. So who do we have here now? What question? Oh yes, no, we're still going with the funeral, aren't we? Oh, duh. So no, you don't need to have a funeral. Most people will do the burial or cremation, and then they will decide to do their own little shindig at home or have something to eat, have a few bevies or something, and then go, yeah, we're happy.
Okay.
And that's probably becoming more now because of price. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you go for one of your questions.
Yes. Go for one of your questions.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of death?
Look, I have always said I'm not a big fan of it, and I know that sounds really weird, but I just don't like. Yeah, I don't know. One side of me says that there's clarity once everyone does go. This life is too hard. It has a lot of ups and downs and tribulations and stuff like that. But yeah, I probably in the last month or so, I've probably thought differently towards death and how I originally thought, which I originally thought was, yep, look, that's fine. Whatever is going to be is going to be. But I think now, because I've had to reflect a little bit more on stuff with myself, I don't know, you start to question a lot of stuff. Does that, yeah. What was the question again?
Are you afraid of death? Me personally, I think like death is scary in my opinion, but I know it happens and I know that's just how the world works, but I'm scared to die myself.
Yeah. Yeah, but why? Why? Like, I look at it as, okay, so if the universe says to you, your time is up, your time's up, right? You don't have a choice. We don't get to pick. And even if you did know when you were going to be, I reckon that would be even scarier, knowing when it was going to happen, or how it was going to happen. Oh, you're going to have a massive heart attack. Oh, my God. It's like every time you get chest pain or you get heartburn. But look, I think if you've lived a really good life for the amount of years that you're on Earth, then it's okay. The biggest thing I probably find is leaving people behind that you love. But then those people will continue. Like I've had mum and dad and grandma and nana and all that go. And I've had other people, like friends of mine that have gone as well. And you look at it and you just go, well, you know what? They're in a better spot. You know?
You would rather them like go when their time is up than watch them suffer. But it's still like the fact that death is a scary concept. But it is what it is.
So why? But hang on. But why is it scary?
I don't know. I've always
That's
been
the
scared
argument
of
that
it.
I've always tried to do on, and the whole reason why I do this podcast is why are people scared of death? Like what I just said before. Mine's a little bit different. I've looked at, I've lived. What am I? 48 now. So 48. Am I 48? Yeah, I am.
You're
I must be
48.
48. See, I'm getting old, so I can't even friggin' remember how old I am and what I am. But no, I look at yeah, it's yeah, I don't know, it is different, but it should be celebrated too. So if someone was to pass, then you just celebrate the good times. You know, I don't like the idea of it. People are getting too much cancer. People are dying of really stupid things when they shouldn't. But it is. We don't have control of that. And That's why I said you got to be nice to those people that you love. You can't be having a go at them. You can't, because what happens is if tomorrow you wake up and you've had an argument or you've told this person they're a loser, and then you wake up tomorrow and they're gone.
Yeah.
How do you recover that? You don't. So that's why you should never go to bed grumpy, or, you know, you always say goodnight. You always, in whatever way you do that, you know, doesn't have to be all loves and kisses and whatever. It can just be good night, you know, a touch or whatever, and that's it. Because in the morning, then you know. Like most people really want to pass away in their sleep. They don't want to die in a hospital. They don't want to die tragically. They don't want to die being headbutted by a cow or a sheep.
Yeah.
They don't want that. But every person that I've ever spoken to, and even on lives, is why are people afraid of it? You know, like, so you've got to, by the end of this podcast, you've got to be able to give me an answer.
Okay, no pressure.
Yeah. All right. So what else do we have?
Would you rather know when you'll die or the cause of the death?
Yeah, well, that's what I just said before. I think if you knew when it was going to happen, you'd probably crap yourself more than, you know, if you didn't.
To be honest, I would rather know when. So then
Really?
Yeah, because then you'll
What happens
be able
if
to, like,
you're going to have a bowel issue and, oh, no, I think I'm going down.
But if you think of it, if you know when, then you're able to, like, live up, like, your bucket list and stuff. You'll be able to complete the things that you wanted
All
to
right,
do
you got
before
24
death.
hours.
Okay, no, that's a bit too...
Yeah, well, you're not going to be able to do your bucket list, are
No.
you? You might be able to buy the bucket, but you're not going to be able to do
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
No, I don't think knowing or how you are going to die is a good option, to be honest. I thought about it, and I don't think I would really want to know. I mean, if you get sick and then you ask the doctors, but they're not going to tell you because they don't want to get sued.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like it could be 12 months, but it, you know, could only be 3 weeks.
Yeah, nobody actually knows the
No.
full time frame.
No.
Because some
Alright.
people are, like, lucky in the sense that they can, like, live out longer.
Yeah. All right, you're off.
Okay, thanks. I won't contribute
Next.
then.
No. See, just
You're gone.
off you go.
Goodbye.
Off you go. Yep. Next. Next.
Is it okay to put something in the coffin?
What were you thinking about putting in there?
I don't know, just
Not firecrackers or anything like that.
No, like
Fine.
letters
like
or...
flowers, like things they want. they
Why
want
wouldn't you
for
be able to
love.
put them in?
I don't know. It's just a question.
Well, you've asked it. So why? Why did you ask it? Yeah, so you can put anything in there that you want. Well, when I say that, no glass, nothing that won't be able to burn. Or, you know, if you're going to be buried in glass, is fine. But it still goes in the ground. You're unlikely to be dug up unless you were going to be exhumed or anything else like that. But
I
yeah.
remember in Granny's coffin, we put, like, loom band bracelets and stuff in
oh
there.
my God, so good.
So
Back at
good.
Loom Band. Far
Yeah,
out.
back in the day. That was a while
Yeah.
I
ago.
don't know that.
No, you were.
Yeah,
you
you're
were.
uncultured.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
damn.
never done loom bands.
No, I
Wait,
have.
she used
I've
to
just
steal
never-
mine.
I used to make them myself.
Yeah. All right, no domestic on here, please.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What else? You're taking a long time. You know, like where people are going, oh my
Sorry.
God, I'm on my way to work, and there's been 50 minutes already of pauses. Yeah.
Sorry. Does souls stay forever?
I'm a believer that the earth body that we have is just our earth body, and that deteriorates and, you know, goes to wherever it needs to go. Souls are forever. That's my belief. Like I said, we've never really had anyone come back and go, guess what, people? This is what you need to do. Like,
Yeah.
you know, even on the religious side, you know, Jesus was meant to come back. He hasn't come back yet. You know,
true.
no one else has ever come back. So, and the people that do have had near death experiences, or where they have, you know, seen the light, they want to lock them up because they feel as though that they're that plastic bag you just threw over is actually needed.
I'll get it back after.
We had this little plastic bag on the top, and then Alicia's gone, I'll just clean this desk up here.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so your soul floats around forever, and that soul travels with you. That's my belief.
Yeah, I like that belief. Yeah.
Do you believe in life after death?
Oh, yeah. What would be our purpose here if there wasn't something after?
That's true, you know.
And they say that people have had multiple lives too. So you could have been a doctor, you could have been a male, you could have been, or someone could have been an animal, you could have been a bird, you could have been. We don't know what that is because we're not in that frame.
Is that why there's like spirit animals and stuff?
Yeah, it
Or is
can
that-
be.
yeah?
Yeah. But yeah, like there's got to be, because why? Why would we be working and doing all of this if we're all just going to pass and there's nothing?
That's true.
Yeah. Is there any other creatures out there? It's got to be. It's got to be something, because we can't be the only ones.
There could be people on Mars.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Next one.
Vegan. Okay.
Wow.
That was so exciting.
Oh my gosh.
How many have I done?
I know they're taking their time to find their
Okay,
questions.
wait. Is it okay to touch a dead body, or will I get in trouble?
Ooh.
Well, you don't go up to a random person and just touch them, do
No,
you?
like a loved one.
You can
Yeah,
touch
no-
them. Well, it depends on if they're if only you saw that everyone's touching Tash. Like, yeah. Don't be afraid. Go towards the light.
Oh no, don't.
No, don't go towards the light. It's a train.
Yeah, please.
Oh my
Yeah.
Ah, so funny. Funny.
Funny.
Yeah. Huh?
Knee slapper.
Knee slapper.
That's literally what I said. So
Yeah, no, you can touch, just if they're badly, like if something tragic's happened to them, then you may be told not to, or the area that you can touch, they'll tell you. But other than that, yeah, touch them. They're not going to... See, this is the other thing. People think that we get it all the time. Oh, you know, I can't believe you work with dead people. It's like, yeah. And it's like, well, they're just yuck. It's like, but hang on.
They're still human.
They've lived for 80 years. This person's been your dad or your grandfather. You've touched, you've kissed, you've had dinner with this person, and now all of a sudden they're yuck? Like, how does that work? I don't get that.
No. I
So
don't
we work with people that have passed. They deserve the respect and they deserve the dignity. They have lived their life in whatever capacity that is, and now it's time for them to rest.
Yeah.
Well, their earth body to rest, not their soul, because their soul will go wherever. Yeah.
yeah,
Love that.
yeah.
So, like, obviously, we know that you can sense spirits, but how do you protect yourself?
Me?
Yeah,
I'm
can you-
scared of them.
Are you actually?
I don't do that.
No, never. But how can you protect yourself from stuff like that?
Reach out to Archangel Michael. He's a good bro.
Yeah, bro, mate.
He's my he's my cuz. And no, Archangel Michael is a protector. So you can protect yourself by just saying, you know, if there is any souls here, or see, it's hard because you could walk down the street, you're feeling really good, and then all of a sudden you feel anger or emotion. You just go, oh, that's not me. It's because someone has given their energy to you, because that soul or that thing has attached itself to you. You know, like it's just, that's why I just say there's got to be a space where you are at peace at. And home tends to be my space. And anything that comes outside of that, then it's like, just don't bring that crap into here, because it's not worth it. Then you can protect yourself by crystals and necklaces and stones and all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
That's all my question. Alicia, do you have any more questions?
I have one more.
I do too.
Yeah. Cool.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So, what were you taught about death when you were younger?
I don't think I was physically taught. I mean, Mum was a nurse. Dad was dad. You know, he was in retail. Never really saw a lot of him, so we didn't learn a lot from that. Mum being a nurse, she used to say, "Oh, you know, I lost a patient today," or "This happened on the table," because Mum worked in operating theatres, so it was quite a thing for her. And I'd be going, "Oh yeah, tell me how your day was," but I don't think I was really educated enough, because their era too was, "Oh, you never talk about it." Whereas now we should be talking about it, because it's what, like Tash was saying before, she's scared of it. I'm not sort of like, yoo-hoo, yeah, I'm so excited. You know, there is some people on this world that can't wait to go because they know there's peace, right?
Yeah.
Fair enough. But we're only assuming that that's what's going to happen. We're only assuming it.
Yeah, because we don't actually know what's going to happen
No,
once you leave the earth.
no. So the what was there a second part to that question?
No.
No. Okay.
Claire has questions.
I have one more question.
All right.
What happens at a cremation?
A cream lullage. What?
Melange.
Cremation.
What happens? They get burnt. They get cremated. Yeah.
It's like their full body.
No, just their fingers. Oh my
Good
god.
question, guys.
No.
Love it.
No. The coffin, whatever's in the coffin, everything gets cremated with them. The whole body.
Even if there was like stuff inside of it.
Yeah. Everything. Everything that you put in there goes with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
But not anything like that can't get burnt.
Yeah.
So no
Yeah.
firecrackers in there.
No.
Yeah.
Because otherwise.
Yeah. So just to actually go back to Alicia's question about being taught, I just pretty much learnt it. But I mean, the good thing is about you kids now is that you've grown up with it. But I mean, even with questions that you're asking today are fairly simple questions. But then in one way, I feel a little bit like funny, because these are the questions that could have been answered if you asked them before. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're asking these questions, so the belief that you've had about certain things, or no one has ever asked me before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in one way, people are still don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's not to put a dampener on the whole podcast, it's not, but these are questions that get asked quite a bit, and it's, you know, like, people should ask questions when you have the question, not sit on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be able to, you know. So you're growing up with them. You've seen them. You've seen deceased. You've seen that. You've washed them. You've touched them. You've done all of that. Little ones haven't yet, but
The big ones have.
you know, they may not. But the other thing is, it is part of life, and you know, they're not my loved ones. You know what I mean? They're someone else's loved ones, and we've got to respect them for who they are. And yes, we can get emotional and things like that, because I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't have connection with these people. But on the other, she's about to sneeze. Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
What do you say when you're about to sneeze?
Unless you.
Bless you, or pineapple, or
yeah.
$50 or something. Yeah.
$50. I think that Alicia and I have a much more broader, is that the word, like, understanding of the whole
I don't know. I was never good at English.
funeral concept and death and stuff compared to what the little ones do. But that could just be the fact that Alicia and I have helped out.
Oh,
with-
wow. That is
okay,
fantastic.
thank you. I was in the middle
Wow.
of talking, but okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
they wanted to applaud you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Alicia and I have a much more understanding compared. That was not English, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Compared to what the little three do, but that could just be that we're more open to the answers, and the
Yeah,
others.
but then some of the questions that you asked today,
Not gonna lie, Mum
Like
wrote
no
some.
one, no one else has ever brought them up. You know what I mean? Like we've never discussed it. Like, would you know if I said, "Do you want to be buried or cremated?" Would you know what you wanted?
Yep,
Yes.
cremation.
No.
Cremation.
Cremation.
Yeah. Well, there might not be cremation, but there's cremation.
Yeah, cremation.
Yeah. Why?
You just said it.
Because I don't. Yeah.
I don't
Say
want
it.
bugs.
Yeah, I don't want bugs.
Yeah.
And also
I don't
with
like dirt.
cremation, once you're in ashes, you can put it in jewelry and stuff like that, so you can be everywhere still.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Wait,
thanks.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Would you still like get a? Is it called like a gravestone if you were cremated?
No. You can. You can do that. See, and that's the other thing. People like to visit, but then how long do they visit for? You know, go, oh, they do it for 12 months and they go, oh, yeah, it doesn't matter now. You know,
Yeah.
you know. So, yeah, people can inter their ashes or dig their ashes into the ground or place it at a cemetery, but you're paying a big price to do it in a metropolitan cemetery, but some of the outer ones you can do it.
Can you just have a gravestone with nothing?
Yeah. Not a grave, but...
No, but like a
yeah.
gravestone
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Interesting.
But then you go there, and if it's a plaque, like, but there's nothing there, then what? You just
Yeah, no,
acknowledging
that's
a
true.
stone,
That's true, and you're
Oh,
like
you're a
paying
nice
all that money for a stone.
and that person may not have been. And that's the other side of it. Unless you've got, this is my thing, right? And like I said, people out there, if you've done this without anything at the actual plaque, I'm not taking the mickey out of you guys, but unless there is something physically of that person there, then what are you going to visit?
Yeah,
A stone,
no, that's true.
or
Yeah.
or a you know, I don't know. You know, it's still a location, but and so you didn't answer what burial or cremation.
I said I don't know.
So would you rather be buried in the ground, or would you rather be cremated? Because you know what cremation is.
Wait, so with a burial, would you get like a gravestone and like people can visit you?
You'd be buried in the ground.
But
in
see,
a
the thing is
coffin.
with cremation is people can take you wherever they want.
They
Whereas
can
if you
put
get
in
buried
jewelry.
and you bury here, right? If people move away, you're still here.
Oh, then I want a cremation then.
Like
Yeah.
I know people that have their ashes in, well, not them personally, but they've got ashes in like necklaces and stuff, and they carry it around with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the process with a cremation, you have to get burned.
Yeah, but it's purifying. Like whatever ailment that person has when they die is burnt off. It's gone. Whereas you bury, that person has still got cancer.
Yeah, and then they're having to be broken down.
Yeah,
whereas
with
it's
cancer
With cancer, still.
or with whatever. That look, once again, that's my thing. Like I said, there's probably people out there that are saying, "Oh, no, that's," you know. And then you got to remember too that the old days that people got buried because they didn't do the Viking thing where they'd just burn people. Different cultures did different things. You got to remember there's cultures out there that will leave their loved ones out for vultures and bears and fish and all that to nibble away at your bits.
Yeah, it depends on your culture and like your religion as well.
Yeah.
Like there are some religions that are like no, only burial or something like that. So like,
I mean, the
depends what you've
Catholics did that for a long time, you know, because they believe that you're going to resurrect. So if you're cremated, you can't. But you think about that. That's just the earth body that you have now. Why can't a soul then come into something else to be resurrected?
yeah.
Aha. Debunked. Debunked. Actually, I think I've got one of Simon's things here. Here we go. There we go. Debunked. Yep. See, and Simon wasn't even here, and we debunked something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
See,
good.
we don't need you.
Oh my
I'm joking,
Oh,
Simon.
How rude.
bad.
Yeah, how rude. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So, how interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
No, not off the top of my head.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for taking part in this episode with the kiddies.
With the kitty.
But it all makes sense. But the thing is too is ask the questions. Don't sit on them, because they're the important things. If you can go up to your family today and say, what do you want, burial or cremation? I know exactly what they're going to say to you. I don't want to talk about that. But if you just know that, then the rest of it you can do whatever you want, because funerals are for the living, not for the dead. All right. So, yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I'll give you applause. So thank you very much, girls. And we'll be back for another episode shortly. Go and enjoy your day or night or whatever you're doing. Don't forget our TikTok, Let's Chat About Death. Jump on there. And we also have Let's Chat About Death merchandise on Shopify. Go and find Let's Chat About Death podcast and buy yourself a mug or a hoodie. It is coming into the cooler months, especially in Australia. And for those coming into the summer areas, well, there is T-shirts and coffee mugs and all other sorts of things there, which I think I already said coffee mugs. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay.
once again, I'm
That's
getting
okay.
old, and that's what happens. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.